What's going on, everybody? So I've tried to make this video numerous times. I'm not going to do my usual intro. I've tried too many times to make it. I'm just trying to actually make it for 2 seconds. Got a attention hound behind me. He's taking a look. He's a good watchdog. He's a very faithful boy. I love him. He's a very floofy boy, too. I've been trying to make this video for so long, kind of just put it out there, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to process appropriately, or even not process, relay appropriately what is going on in my head, what I'm thinking of doing, what I'm planning on doing, what I want to do. And truth be told, again, this is just stuff that's been going on for a while. I've been trying to figure out everything, trying to figure out where I'm at in the streaming world, figure out where I'm in the gaming world, figure out where I'm in my work, my home, my family, trying to just figure out everything and anything that I possibly can. So this will hopefully be the video. I'm feeling more confident about this one than the other ones. The other ones was kind of like, after a minute, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to redo that. I actually feel fine. For once. So it's obvious that my content creation has kind of suffered. It's dropped off. I've been doing a lot less. I've been streaming more. I've been just doing some content from time to time. I just yesterday did Healed by the Blood. Then I did like a good, I actually don't remember how long I streamed that for. I went from like 10:30 to something to like 1 o'clock. So maybe a few hours. 2.5 to 3.5 maybe. Warzone. I was having fun on that game. It's funny how that works. Just as far as the gaming thing goes, my interest in playing a lot of games has kind of dropped off. Everybody saw the games that I have on my Xbox if you watched that stream. It's not a lot. And suffice to say is that I don't have Xbox Live, so I am even more limited on what I would typically do. I do plan on getting Xbox Live, hopefully in the coming month or two. Right now we're on a short burst of work due to security, having some issues with some contracts. It's not even so much that we're not working, it's just that we had to divide the work, and it's kind of always been happening for the last 2 years I've been doing this job, so not really a big deal for me. But I will say that it's not even just the work anymore. Now I'm doing my college work, and that's going to come back when school comes back. So on top of actual school, it's going to be my school, and then my work. And that's going to be full-time. I'm going to probably be working my way up the company. I actually want to make progress. You guys can see that I made the change that I told you about yesterday, is that my office space actually turned into an office space for once. So we got that. So I guess it's probably just easier. I'm not even apologizing for it anymore. I've apologized so many videos as saying, hey, I'm sorry, guys, I let my content drop. I did that too many times. It's not even something to apologize for. Ultimately, what I wanted to do is provide for my family. I wanted to be more of the man that my family needed me to be. I needed to be the husband my wife needed me to be. I need to be the father my kids need me to be. I need to be the officer my company needs me to be. But most importantly, I need to be the man I know I can be. And even more important than that is be the son that Christ calls me to be. And that's very important for me. It's very important, and I know I've been a little bit more open about my faith. I put it out there before. I'm tired of apologizing for that. I'm tired of holding it back. I don't care anymore. If you disagree with it, I am sorry. I don't mean to make it seem like I'm shoving it down anyone's throat. Anybody who's watched my content knows that I don't really like to force religious conversation in my gaming sessions, because we're not there to listen to Christ. We're there to play games, and it's not so much that you can't fit Christ in if that's what we're willing, but it's kind of like an organic conversation that you would have on the street anyway, that if someone makes it known they don't want to hear about it, okay, fine, I respect your decision, but just know I am a Christian, I am professing Christ, and that's just me. If you want to talk about it sometime, let's do it. It's a willing conversation. It's trying to get an organic thing out of that. So same thing in my gaming environment, is that I just don't want to force that. I want to draw people to Christ through the means of showing that it's not a shallow faith. It's not just something in that regard, where I just come out, I start speaking a bunch of gobbledygook that you can't understand, like I actually want you to understand it. So there goes the content creation of splitting between gaming and that, and trying to better my stance in the Christian faith, better my stance so that I might be able to help others, and that's where my college work was coming in. I'm going for chaplaincy, and they covered apologetics and evangelism in my first few classes, and now I will be getting philosophy and theology in my coming courses. So that's the immediate future on that. But suffice to say, the reason I'm bringing this up anyway, like I said, this is not an apology video anymore. Of course my content dropped off. I'm trying to provide for my family. I have a lot on my shoulders. And as much as I would love to pick up more on the gaming session and give you guys more content, I enjoyed making videos. I enjoyed talking about the patch notes on Overwatch. I enjoyed all these things, but like I said from yesterday, if you guys saw the stream, then you would know that my gaming list right now is very short, and there's not a lot that I'm interested in playing. I love, let's just take, for example, Overwatch. Overwatch was the one that got me my 500 plus subscribers because it was my aiming guide video. At the time that I made that video, I was tired of having all these internet guides that were like, oh, here's how you figure it out, but they didn't actually tell you how. So I had enough was enough in my head, and I'm like, fine, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do it. If no one's going to do it, I'm going to do it, because no one's helping out console players, and this is just, it's BS. Sorry, but it's BS. Your guides are BS. Your guides don't help anybody. So I did it. I broke down the controls, what they do, how to understand them, how to figure it out. It was just a method that helped me. And suffice to say, you know, it did help out a lot of people, and they were asking for some help. A lot of them showed that there were improvement. There were some that it didn't help, and there was some valid criticism. Again, I wasn't trying to offer a one-all, be-all solution, but that's what got me my subscriber base. I played Overwatch. I was pretty damn good at it, and I'm still pretty damn good at it. But the problem is that I've fallen out of love with it, and I quite frankly, I still love the game. I still love Overwatch as a concept. I still love it. It's something I put investment into. I'll call it that. Something that I invested into, and I enjoyed every minute of it. It's not to say that I regret it. I very much enjoyed it. I very much love it. I very much enjoy the concept of it. But I am experiencing a major burnout with a lot of what the dev team is trying to put out, that they're trying to not just change up how they're doing things, they're also changing up the core of what made Overwatch Overwatch. And I can't abide by that. I understand they need to change things up. I understand that there needs to be mix-ups in order to keep things fresh, but there is such a thing as too much, and right now they're at that level with me where I can't do it. Heck, we just got past Pride Month, and that's a big one right there that I can't abide by. I had to give it up for a month, and now I come back and I'm like, I might be interested, and then I look at it again, I'm like, I don't have it. Then we come over to Destiny, and I'm trying to bring that back, but I'm trying to see what the update will bring before I start committing again, because that was a problem that I had from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. In fact, even before Destiny 2, it was a problem with Destiny 1 that I worked my ass off to try and get a bunch of things that I liked about it. I was like working towards it. I was working on 3 characters at once, and I was having so much fun, and I was actually building up on my Hunter, my Warlock, and my Titan, the names of the classes. Don't worry about it. And so all of a sudden, the ending of the first intro season, and then they just change everything up, and I lose access to everything, and I can't complete my builds, and it's like, oh, well, you have to redo everything now. What? No. What? No. You just killed my entire groove, and now I don't want to play your game. So I gave it up, and sure enough, they start charging for content when Destiny 2 comes out, because everybody wants that, and developers need to make money somehow. I get it. Sustainable business models and everything. But it wasn't my game anymore. Then I come back to Destiny 2, and I'm kind of enjoying it, and you can kind of still free to play it. But now I don't put as much stock or effort into my gaming like I used to. So it feels a lot better to play it. And, you know, I'm just trying to see if something's going to change. Because if something changes, I'm not doing it. If they change up again, I may still continue to play it, but I don't care anymore. I'm not going to play multiple characters anymore in that regard. I might just delete them and call it a day. just stick to maybe my hunter, forget the rest of it. I don't really need any other character to be happy at that game, so we'll see what the update brings tomorrow, because that's when it's supposed to drop. Last but not least is Warzone. Warzone, they also reset my progress, and that kind of pisses me off a little bit. I won't lie. Like, they just completely erased everything that we had with the first few games because they needed to update it for the new branch of games, which was Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 6, and then Modern Warfare 3, and now they're going to work on to Black Ops 7 like they haven't had 1,000,001 Black Ops too many. So I lost all my progress, and at this point, if I treat it seriously ever again, I'm gonna throw a fit, because I basically near maxed out my P90 in the former one, and then it was like, oh, okay, so not only do you not have the P90, but I have to redo it again. Now, thankfully, there is one thing going their direction, is that there is actually 30 levels to unlock everything. However, there is also a couple of attachments that you need to unlock through other methods using different weapons. That's not what I want to do. That's not happening. So, figure that out. But Warzone ended up being pretty fun, and playing it solos is actually pretty fun. And I haven't won all night last night. There was a time where I did get one victory, but I think it was because they needed to see where my... I think what we would refer to in the Overwatch 2 realm is where my hidden rank is. So they were probably figuring out, like, hey, he never played Warzone before. Let's figure out where he is. They throw me into a noob lobby, and then I win. And it's like, oh, so this is too easy for him. Ended up being pretty fun, though. Got my one Warzone victory. Working on my P90 again. I love it. All that to say, though, there is a fun bit of gaming. There is a bit of fun that I'm going to have playing these games a little bit more casually, but this is kind of like... I don't really have a lot to explain. I need to do what I know is needed of me. And right now, that's my home. So, streaming and content creation, I might back off the content creator part and just work onto the streaming part and just be a streamer. Be a part-time streamer. Come on whenever I can, because right now my availability on streaming is not a set schedule. It's just whenever I have literal free time at any point. It doesn't matter where and when, it just is. So, if I have free time... Heck, I could have had free time right now and I could have been playing. I might actually just play around while I finish this video. Just get a round in and see where that leads, but I have to go to work afterwards, so I got to prepare for that before. But ultimately, streaming is just going to be whenever I have availability, and that's kind of a big deal. But I do want to say, at the very least, I am sorry that I'm not communicating this better. I'm sorry that I'm not more frequently making content as I would like, but I am not sorry for the reason why I'm creating less content. But I am still here, and there will be a day I will go back to Overwatch. I'm into first-person shooters. I will inevitably come back to Overwatch. I invested so much into that game that now I feel that it's not returning it back, and I don't feel that Dev Team 4 is doing me a disservice, or I think it's doing me a disservice. It's not doing me a service. It's not showing me the love that I showed it over so long ago. It's not... I will come back to Overwatch. It's not a matter of if, it's when. But when might be a long time, because I don't feel that Dev 4 is listening to its player base as much as it should. I don't feel that they're addressing the real issues here. I think that they're just trying to throw darts at a board and try to see what sticks. And Stadium, the worst game mode that they ever introduced, and they were willing to put in this much work for all these whacked out game modes, but yet they won't return one classic one that I actually very much enjoyed. Why they got rid of Assault, I'll never know, but... Like, you're willing to put in this much work to make anything else. You're willing to put in so much work to make anything in this group here, but you're willing to abandon some of these things. Like, that's kind of one of the big irks for me. Is that they're willing to toss to the side that what doesn't work and be like, it's not worth putting our time and effort into it. Like, the player base doesn't like it, so we don't want to work on it. But then you throw a bunch of shit that we don't like, and then you're working on that, trying so hard to force it down our throats and be like, hey, we need to make this work. It needs to work. Damn it, it needs to work because it's what we're investing in, and it's going to happen, and it's going to be a main game. You see where the frustration's probably coming from. Like, dude, I'm done with you. If this is how you're going to treat your players, if this is how you're going to be doing things, if this is how you're running your business model, I don't want anything to do with it. And these are, by the way, like frustrations built over time. I don't want anyone to think like I'm just making this up on the fly. But, yeah. It's been a while since I was able to act a little freely on my videos, so you know what, it feels kind of good to get that off my chest a bit. I don't know what this video is going to be called. I don't know what I'm even ranting about at this point. I'm just trying to... I love creating content. I love streaming. I love going on here and sharing these fun things. Like, I wish that there would be a little bit more interaction. I know it's a two-way intersection when it comes to interaction. When it comes to streaming, you need to be entertaining, but if nobody's there to watch you be entertaining, then you can't be entertaining to anybody, and you can't... It's the whole paradoxical circle that I keep talking about. In order to be entertaining, you have to be viewed, but you don't get viewed if you're not entertaining. But you can't be entertaining if nobody's watching, and if nobody's watching, you can't be entertaining. It's that circle right there of, like, how do you do that? Someone just needs to find your content and be interested enough to stick around, and that's hard to do. I might try and put a little bit more energy into... I might put a little more energy into my Warzone and see how I can do that as like a solo player. I'm still going to look into multi-streaming, see if maybe I can go back on Twitch or something. I don't know. I don't have an interest in going back there, quite frankly. I kind of gave up on my older profile, and for some odd reason it's still locked in on everything. I don't know. But we'll figure that out. And we'll figure that out good. So, I'll let the video drop off. I'm at this point just rambling, so thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it. You know, actually, no, there is one more thing I will go on. There's one more thing, at the very least. Thank you to everybody who's sticking around. Thank you to everybody who, you know, I understand, like, even it happens with me is that I sometimes just stick with the channel because I'm too lazy to unsubscribe. It's just, okay, they're there. They're not making content, out of sight, out of mind. But for those that are watching my content, for those that are sticking around even though they have the choice to leave, I understand if you need to unsubscribe. I understand if I lose my channel subscribers over the things that I don't do anymore. I understand it. I do. So if you need to move on, you need to move on. It's what it is. And I figure eventually, and this is just me speaking out loud, it's not something I'm doing right now. I'm not giving up on content creation. I enjoy it a little bit too much to be able to do it. I invested a little too much to drop it right now. I'm not dropping off. I'm not stopping content creation. I'm not stopping streaming, to be specific. But there will come a day when I need to make a decision for myself and my household. Is playing video games and streaming it and making content really going to be worth my time, or is there going to be a time where it becomes too much work for me to handle and I have to drop it off? There's going to come that day when I'll no longer create content. I'll be selling all my devices, I'll be selling all my equipment, and I will be left with just my computer and my Xbox, and heck, maybe not even my Xbox. I don't know if it'll be dropped off by then. There'll come a day on that. That day's not today. That day's not coming up anytime soon, as far as I can tell by the way I feel about things and the way I'm perceiving them. Like, I understand I need to drop off a few things, but this is not one of them. But for those that are sticking around until the end of that journey, thank you. I genuinely mean that. And I hope that I've come across as genuine when it comes to this. I hope I've come across as sincere and legit. I don't like fake. I despise fake, which is why I don't usually watch a lot of certain types of content from time to time. I tried to put whatever I could. It's very hard for me to keep up. I wasn't part of the generation or the culture that was able to make it work secondhand nature, I guess is how you would explain it. I'm very awkward, very introverted, and only expressive when it comes to staring at a camera because I don't have to look at people. It's very easy to do this, but thank you. Thank you for sticking it out. Thank you for enjoying my content, no matter how stupid or wacky or whatever it is that I do in the day, or how serious or just how quiet it is. I just enjoy the company. I don't mind being quiet. I'm no longer in it for the hundreds of thousands of viewers. I'm in it for fun. And it could be more fun, but it's good. It's fulfilling. I'll end it on that. You guys have a good one.